My name is Ditте Laursen. I'm a researcher, and I call my presentation Meeting the Visitor, Distribution and Dissemination of Mobile Guides at the Museum's Front Desk. The front desk interests me because it's a micro-universe. So in the daily management of the iPod guides at the front desk, it's possible to study at a micro level how digital media challenges existing organizational practices. So backstage, behind the counter, departments must cooperate, and every day the iPods must be charged, reset, cleaned, etc. In all, a lot of new working practices. One of the working practices affected is, of course, the service interaction between the assistant and the visitor. And I have recorded around 100 interactions, and these are my focus today. At the front desk, questions of whether or not to offer the iPod explicitly becomes relevant. Should it be standard procedure? Should assistants only lend it out when they have the time? Or should only certain types of visitors have the offer? And does limited time means limited service? In other words, how can the assistants provide a good service without spending undue time? And how should assistants design the offer and their instructions? So in the recipient design, issues of visitors' prior knowledge and familiarity with the iPod becomes relevant. Let me show you an example of an interaction. The overall organization of this interaction in this case is typical. So the visitor arrives at the desk, it starts with an opening, hi, hi, then comes the ticket request and a response. This is followed by a transaction sequence where money, tickets, and written folders are exchanged. And then at the final part of the interaction, the offering sequence occurs. Do you like an audio guide? Let's look at the offer, the form of the offer more closely. The word choice audio guide is noticeable. With the word choice, a stance towards the object itself and a stance toward the recipient is articulated. And audio guide is just one of the describing words that are used in my data. With the word choice audio guide, the assistant uses a term which is probably more commonly known compared to, for instance, an app. The whole offering turn is also fairly straightforward. There are no markers, hesitations, or anything like in this other example. This, do you like an audio guide, straightforward, is a sign that the assistant treats the object as a known object to the visitor. The visitor doesn't accept this offer straight away. She asked, is it free? But note also, she doesn't object to the assistant's expectations that she knows what the offered item is. And when it's confirmed that it is free, she accepts. Then an 18-second pause appears. And the assistant turns around to get the iPod behind the counter, and then she comes back and places the iPod on the desk. Then the visitor says, oh, through an iPod, thereby displaying that this was not what she expected to get. So there's a difference in understanding. What the assistant meant was not what the visitor thought she meant. So in this short exchange, we see that questions of acceptance are closely connected to questions of familiarity. That is, whether or not the app at the iPod Touch can be treated as a known object. And you might say that in this case, the assistant treats the visitor as less competent than she actually is. In all my cases, both assistants and visitors strongly orient to the novelty of the media and the offer. This means that the museum is faced with a great challenge in marketing the offer and helping visitors to use it. And participants... Okay. Stop. Okay, I'm ready. So in all my cases, both assistants orient and visitors orient to the novelty of the media and the offer. And participants in my data delicately balances accessibility and familiarity. So do they want it or not? And is it a known object or not? These questions are inherently connected. Finally, the assistant is very likely to put the visitor in an awkward position no matter what she does. If she displays anticipation of familiarity, chances are that the visitors are not familiar, so that is risky business. If she displays anticipation of non-familiarity, she treats the visitor as non-competent, also risky business. In any case, when offering a digital guide, the service interaction is a particular crucial phase where assistants must read visitors' needs based on seconds of interaction. Thank you.